Ready to begin, Your Honor? Okay. Hello, Mr. Moats. Please state your full name and occupation for the courts today.
My name is Officer DJ Modes of the Barrister City Police Department, and I've been in the force since high school.
And what are some other qualifications that you have as a police officer?
Well, I originally met all requirements for the BCPD. I also went through a 23-week training program at the BCPD Academy. One of the major programs I work with is a Barrister Crime-Free Multi-Housing Program, which helps to maintain safe housing for the impoverished residents of Barrister. I truly believe my work is essential to the city, and I'm very proud of my achievements.
Your Honor, at this time I would like to offer Officer DJ Moats as an expert witness in the field of criminal investigation.
Objection, Your Honor. Officer Moats, as though he is an officer, he only finished high school, he didn't have the grades to go to college, and he doesn't even know the real words for his mission statement for his police department. It says in his affidavit, and I quote, "I don't remember the exact words of our mission statement, but it's all about improving the quality of life in Barrister by protecting life and property, maintaining order, and reducing crime through prevention and education." We take this very seriously.
Duly noted, Counselor. I'm going to instruct the jury to take into account what I'm sure Counselor is going to bring up when she cross-examines Officer Moats, but for the time being, I'm going to submit that Officer Moats is a police officer and does have some validity regarding law enforcement. Take that as it is, and take his experience and his testimony as it is, and you will make a judgment as to how expert he is.
So moving on, Your Honor, is there anything that makes the streets of Barrister dangerous?
Well, unfortunately, there's some gangs that specifically attack the homeless people. I mean, recently we even had an incident where a homeless man was beaten and robbed of the few possessions that he had. It's truly a shame that we have to deal with this problem within our city.
And when you were patrolling downtown in Barrister, who did you meet?
I met Teaberry Olson. Olson had complained a lot about, well, she was complaining about how there were so many homeless people that were hanging around the Terrible Towel Cafe. She also approached me multiple times and complained about how the homeless people, how her tax dollars were being wasted on the homeless people, as opposed to going towards protecting the citizens, or as opposed to protecting her business.
Yes, and Your Honor, at this time I would like to approach the witness with the exhibit that has been marked as Exhibit 2. Copy for you, opposing counsel.
Thank you.
There you go, sir. And could you please read a few sentences of this exhibit?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so as you're probably aware, numerous homeless individuals live out on the city streets, and many have taken up residence in my neighborhood. Despite frequent requests by me and other residents, Officer Moats has refused to move the homeless out of our neighborhood. In addition, there's been a recent growth in gang activity in the area. These thugs oftentimes rob the homeless. In fact, I think they often do a better job in getting rid of the homeless than Officer Moats.
And could you please read who the sender of this letter is?
Very truly yours, T. Olson.
Thank you. Did you get any other information about Teaberry Olson other than your conversation with her?
Well, one of my confidential informants let me know that Teaberry Olson was suspected of talking with gang leader Stephen Big Dog Wade about...
This is hearsay. He doesn't know. He hasn't seen her actually talk to Big Dog Wade. We don't actually know this to be true.
Objection sustained.
And what would you say is the Barrister County Police Department policy for the homeless people that live outside in the cold?
Our policy is to thoroughly comb the streets of all the homeless people and bring them into shelters. Olson is wrong to complain. We truly do our best in bringing them into the shelters, especially in the cold.
And what happened when you went into the alley near the Terrible Towel Cafe owned by Teaberry Olson?
Well, I looked inside the dumpster and found the body of Teresa Jameson, along with a brick with some blood on it.
Your Honor, permission to approach the witness with the exhibit that has been previously marked as Exhibit 1. There you go, sir. And is this the brick that you saw in the dumpster outside of the Terrible Towel?
Yes, it is.
And can you offer any more information about this brick?
Well, when the coroner report was released to us, we found that some of Teresa's skull matter was found on the brick, and some of the brick remnants were also found on Teresa's skull. The coroner reported also that the cause of death was by blunt trauma to the head caused by the brick. Teresa Jameson, that's all for that.
Okay, thank you. And, Your Honor, I'm sorry, yes, Your Honor, now I would like to, permission to approach the witness of the exhibits that have been previously marked as exhibits 5, 1, 5, 2, and 5, 3. I have copies for the opposing counsel.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Have you seen these reports before?
Yes. Came across these in my investigation. These are the quarterly reports for the Terrible Towel Cafe. They're meat orders.
And could you please read for the court the total price of meat purchased by the cafe for each quarter?
Yes. The first quarter was $11,301.60. Second quarter was $11,097.40. The third was $8,939.40.
And what do you believe caused this significant drop-off in meat buying by the cafe?
Well, I believe the significant drop was caused by Teaberry, Olson, and I'm sorry, what was the question?
Why do you believe that this drop-off happened in the buying of meat for each quarter by the cafe?
Oh, I believe that Teaberry, Olson,
Were there any possible things that you came across in your investigation that could have caused this drop-off?
Oh, in my investigation, I came across multiple things that could have caused this drop-off, but
Okay, yes. Which meat specifically did you notice the most drop-off in?
oh, the standard premium horse meat, or standard premium beef was what caused the drop-off the most.
And would you say that it is possible that Teaberry Olson was selling horse meat in her cafe?
Objection, Your Honor. Improper disclosure. He has no grounds to know that it is horse meat. He's not an expert in that.
Response, Your Honor, he is an expert in criminal investigation.
Yes, but there's no evidence as to say that she used horse meat.
If opposing counsel will let me finish my sentence, I would say that he is an expert in criminal investigation as recognized by the court, and he has conducted a full investigation of this, and therefore he is qualified to give his opinion of his actual investigation to the court.
Counselor?
If he found something that said concretely that she used horse meat, that should have been put into the evidence. As it is not, he is not allowed to talk about this because there's no evidence. He's an expert on this.
Okay, could I ask Officer Moats, did you inspect any of the meat or the premises of the kitchen, Officer Moats?
No, I didn't.
Okay, then I will sustain that objection. The invoices have been entered as evidence. The jury will have to reach its own conclusion. Any
And-
further questions, Counselor? Because I
No.
just want to make sure you know that you've run out of time.
Oh, all right.
No, but it's rolling over, so I'm just letting you know.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.